personally, starting with COVID, and it goes in phases, right? Like the first phase when we found out and the world was kind of in sixes and sevens and up in ears, like we all experienced all the emotions and confusion that went on during that time period. But and a lot of people fell out of my life. I had a 5-year engagement, right? And so in the wake of all of that, for me personally, it was like explosive growth. You know what I'm saying? I had time to myself. And I got the joy of being reminded that you got to stay on your toes. You got to stay quick on your feet, because change is the only thing that's constant. Like whether it was COVID that happened or some other type of event, like change was going to come, a new wave was going to come. We were getting comfortable in the ways that we were making money. And it's easy to think, especially if you got a good thing going, like, yo, this is going to last forever. I don't need to adapt. And like, I was prepared. Like I was already like in training mode and like on my toes. So when change came, I was, you a little shocked at first at the culture shock, and then you just recalibrate. And so it allowed for me, just I was like, yo, it's a new world. What are the new rules? Do I make the rules? We make the rules as we go up. And then I had already had like a ton of creative projects that were on deck, but then, the time just really had me focused. And then like fear, I'm not gonna front. Fear was a huge motivation in the sense that like, yo, if the world is crumbling down and whatever, like, do I have enough money in the bank? Do I have enough things generating income to come in to weather the storm and survive? And so like just fucking fear, right? It had me motivated to like just step the hustle up and try and turn, my goal really was to try and turn any creative idea that I had in my head into something that could be monetized, and then I could be free. You know what I'm saying? If like anything that was like in my mind could be turned into some form of income, some type of opportunity, I'd be free. And that's really what it was. But that also means that like the playing field is level. You know what I'm saying? Like the big corporations, they only had about, what was it, like 41 days or some shit like that worth of like capital that they could exist off of. And then that's the other thing that I learned. I was like, yo, everyone is floating off of credit. You know what I'm saying? Like Capital One is floating off of credit. Bank of America is floating off of credit. My landlord is floating off of credit. Ain't nobody really. And then at that point, it's like the end of Fight Club. Like everybody's back at zero. And I had that mindset, and I was like, ooh, like if I'm hungry like this, and all the people who was workers and had that work hard mindset, and we all back at zero, I was like, yo, it's a new world, baby. It's a new world. So it was exciting. The greatest shift of mindset for me, and I'll tell this to all creatives, and whether you make music, whatever it is that you make, and you're on social media, your link in bio is your money. And your focus should be to turn that link in your bio should be worth $1 million to you. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be the mindset, is like anything that I do, that I create, I should make a space so that people can engage with me. And then if they want to buy, if they want to support, link in bio should be worth $1 million. And so now that helps me have a whole new idea of creating, right? Because now anytime that I'm making something, it's like, yo, I'm going to make it hot, and I'm going to figure out how to put a story behind it, how to connect with people. We're going to, get the engagement going, and then link in bio. And I know when I do it well, because you start seeing them dings. You know what I mean? That ding, ding, and the rate of the dings to me determines how well I've been working, and how well, one, that my creativity was in terms of the product, and then two, in terms of connecting it with the people. So that's been, and then that's fun for me, because now it's like, yo, if I come up with a sneaker and then I sit and I make some great music that's inspired by the design, and then I connect with some people who do visuals, and we do a visual, and I put all this together. I know my link in bio. Bing, bing, bing. You know what I'm saying? So like that is a creative of like, especially for music, because a lot of times you talk to musicians, they don't know how they're gonna get from point A to point B in terms of like making money. And yo, you can make whatever. Like you could put 30 sounds in a zip folder and say that you sell sounds, and put a link to that and sell it for $25, $30. And there's unlimited amount that you can make off of that. And then, you know, if you got a homie who's a great visual artist, have him make you the flyest picture that represents them sounds, and like link in bio's gonna. So like that turning into, especially when like, I mean, touring is the same. Like if you sell tickets or whatever, like when that time opens up, but just the mentality, what can I put to the link? What can I give people? And, like if I write, could I write a book, a short story, a little novel? You know what I'm saying? Like if I love sneakers, could I do a breakdown on sneaker culture and sell that for $1? All these type of things. So like that for me has been like the greatest shift in seeing like creators understanding like I can make some shit, I could connect it with the people in a real fly way, and then ding, 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 and yeah, I love those, bro. I love those. That's like the goal every time. Just see all them pings going off.